Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. Today I wanted to make a video for you guys where I just wanted to kind of give my perspective regarding ownership, taking ownership of our life, right? Because perspective is everything. It will change your reality. I was watching, because I like to watch those interviews, right, where people are like in the downtown areas or on drugs or whatever like that. And I like to watch videos where basically, it's, real life on life terms, how people really have to overcome certain challenges, and they're just faced with the harsh reality of life, right? I like those because I could relate to them. I've had my ups and downs in life. I've had piano lessons, swimming lessons, Disneyland trips, and then I've had homelessness, drugs use around me, like no food in the refrigerator, lights off, stealing clothes, all that type of stuff, right? Like I've had all type of ranges of emotions and experiences that made me, I've always desired better for myself. And, but when I was a teenager, when my mother was on drugs, it really put me into a downward spiral. And a lot of people that see me now, like, they wouldn't even imagine the type of person that I was, because I sniffed out BS immediately, and I was no stranger to violence. I liked it. I was okay with whatever happens. Like, I had the heart of a lion at a young age, you feel me? And so, and I would never give that aspect of me like so much glamour or attention, because that's not who I was. That was the way I was reacting out of the survival mode that I was in, right? And so, like, and then it, things got better, and then it got worse, and then it got better, and then it got worse. But then I could relate to that. You feel me? And that's only because, I had a very tumultuous, like, upbringing, but it was for better. It was never for worse. I've always been very optimistic, right? So me having these early childhood experiences where, and my loyalty was unwavering, especially when it came to certain people. Like, if you down, oh, don't worry. Like, I was the confidence in the group, of any group. I was always like, we live to fight another day. And that was just really my mindset. It's always been my mindset. You know what I'm saying? So resilience isn't foreign to me. Now, where I'm at today, I'm very, very grateful, humbly, because I know that, there I could be somewhere else, but I'm walking in my truth. You know what I'm saying? So, the interviewer at this one show, he keeps on asking these people, like, why? What is the hurt? What is the pain? Can you, like, and like, they'll be like, I just can't get over the pain. And then they'll be like, well, let's talk about it so we can, like, fix this. Like, what is it? And I'm sitting back from my, fifth dimensional mind, right? And I'm in a higher realm of things, looking at the interviewer like, these are the wrong fucking questions. For one, these people know exactly how they feel, and they know exactly what their parents did to cause them to have to be in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these things, right? And like, let me just set the record straight. Like, I was not, because, my ego kind of coming out now. I was never bummy. I was never on the lower bottom, nothing. Like, I always, you feel me? Like, my struggle made me grind hard, and I push very hard line. That's why I say people don't even know. Like this shit is internet. You feel me? I don't have, like, and I don't ever provoke nobody. Like, if anybody was to even ever come for me, like you would have to have dealt with me long term for me to ever just smash or give you any type of light. But I'm saying, like, nobody would ever get no energy from me. If somebody was to go bad on me or get mad at me, like, or just, test me or challenge me as a person, of my knowledge and what I bring forth to the world, I would be like, you crazy, go on about your life, because I already been there, done that. I fought my battles, and I don't, some people that ain't never been through things, they be in their 30s just now, like, experiencing life. Like, I done did that in my early teenage years, where you have to stand on it, or you feel me, you finna get embarrassed, like, and I was big on you ain't finna embarrass me, you feel me? Like, I have my sun sign, Sagittarius, conjunct my Mars, Sagittarius. And Terry's heart of Scorpio sun, conjunct my Mars in Sagittarius. I'm fire. When I get mad, ain't no steering me. In fact, I'm gonna embarrass you, because you see, the thing about, Sagittarius, they like to do things, they're ruled by Jupiter. We like to do things over, you feel me? So, like, when I was young, like, I just felt like bigger than me when it was time for me to get active, you feel me? I was really about that. So that's why I say, like, nobody would ever get the best of me now, you feel me? Just so you know, like, I was never on no bummy shit, because I had to grind hard. So I was all about my self-image, my reputation. I had a little sister, I had siblings and shit, so it was no way I was finna be like, down in the dumps about nothing, you feel me? I just have to make that disclaimer, because I know, like, the way I explained it, even in my lowest times, I always was, you would never know it, you would never know it, because I don't move like that. That's not, it ain't in me. It was on me to have poverty, but that ain't forever. I was always optimistic. And so anyways, I relate to these people, because I understand, like, I know what it feels like to have thousands of dollars saved in the bank, just there, to literally $50-$40 in my pocket to stretch for the week, and trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? So I really understand, like, and so when I watch these, I look for all the cues and all the truths and all the lies, because I'm a human lie detector. Like, I can sense when someone's being honest, and then when I hear a person's story, I'm always listening to them, but I'm always dissecting things on a deeper level, like, subconsciously. I know how to tap into that, right? While I'm listening to somebody's story, and I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but I see through what you're saying, like, I see the cause of this. So the interviewer over here asking, what's the pain? And they don't realize that some things are beyond this physical dimension. They are so, how do I want to say it? They are so divinely guided that it's beyond this. It's beyond measure, right? It's beyond the human ability to perceive, because it seems so unrealistic. So in order for a person to justify their early childhood experiences that were challenging, they would have to change their whole perspective on life and what the hell we live in here for. So, like, church did a really, big number on us, making us feel like when we die, we just die, and then you either go to heaven or hell, and then, God returns, and, like, this is all, that shit don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Logically speaking, look at reality based on science and math. Everything is way more in depth than these illusions, stories that we say to make it make sense to a human brain. Like, the reason why we need stories and fables and movies and fantasy and Neptune energy is because we are here acting out this illusion, right? So it feels real, but there's many lessons within this lifetime and this experience. So in order for a lot of those people that are on the streets battling debt, drug addiction, and prostitution, selling drugs, because that's the type of person, like me personally, I'm not gonna be the one on drugs. I don't care. Like, I know it's that, like, and that's the thing, like, I'm the type of person where the person I am today, I'm of service to the world, and the service I bring to the world is, like, for greater good. But, like, if my back was against the wall, I would be a top dog, you feel me? It's a dog-eat-dog world, and that's just That's something that you sniff in people. Like, this is where you size a person up and you can sense if they, like, who they really is. Like, take all this other stuff off. Because some people hide behind their family values and, like, their valuables and what they have, but they don't have enough moral and dignity and heart, you feel me, to even stand in a world of real soldiers, you feel me? And I always had that. It ain't like, and that's why I'm saying, like, anybody who know, they know. I don't, like, they will hear it in my voice. They gonna feel the frequency, like this really in me. So that's why I say, like, some people really not cut for certain things, or they will be in the bottom of the totem pole, like, you know, like, it's a hierarchy in all aspects. And so, like, when I look at life as a chain, like a pyramid. Like, there's people on top and there's people on the bottom, and everybody gonna play their position. But me, I have empathy for those who are at those lower stages, because they don't understand, and they don't have the, like, people that are given these powerful beyond measure energies, they sometimes have inflated egos, and they don't want to reach their hand down and pull people beneath them up, you feel me? And I'm not saying beneath me, I'm just saying consciously, like, there's a awareness, you know, that I'm privy to based on experiences in life and in past lives, you feel me? Like, so I'm not like, I just say, you know, in order for a lot of those people to heal, they would have to change their perspective on their own personal life, you know, and the reason and why they were born. Because I hear a lot of grown ass people on them shows, they be like 40 and like 35, damn near 50, some of them be 60, you know. Once they have that second Saturn return, they're really set in their ways, like, you feel me? That 57, 58, 59, 60, oh, they set in their ways. It's over, you feel me? And so, like, I'm saying, though, like, you know, I empathize with them, because I understand, like, I didn't have a auntie or uncles on drugs or a drunk in my family. I didn't have an uncle that tried some shit with one of my family members, and I had to bebop, you feel me? I was like 14, like, swinging like a man, you feel me? And I'm just being honest. I don't care who sees this, like, for real. Like, I didn't got stabbed in my back, teeing off on one of my uncles, like, for even trying one of my family members that was less, you know, like, I did not play. Everybody knew. When I was coming around, like, I was getting respect from older people, you feel me, at a young age, because I moved on that. I stood on that, like, and when life got hard, because it, like, trust me, like I say, I had the best of both worlds. It was a time where I was going on trips to Disneyland and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But it's levels to shit. And that's why I say, like, people could judge me all day long, but the person that I am today is because it was always in me to be great. Now, my circumstances just pulled the beast out of me, and that exists. And I'm not gonna lie and say that you gonna walk all over me. Like, it's a level of me that I would never let nobody see, because it's grimy, you feel me? And I know, like, I know who that energy belongs to. Anybody that deserves it. And I know who deserves it. Anybody who tried me that way. And they know too, because they will never try me again. It seems like sometimes people need to see that you really not the one to be messed with. You feel me? And so, like, in certain aspects of my chart, it made so much sense. I was like, oh, that's why. Because one time, I remember when I was younger, we was under the BART station up in Oakland, because I went to school in Oakland. Growing up, I was born and raised, you know what I'm saying, in the Bay Area. So Berkeley, Oakland, Richmond, all of that, them was my stumping down grounds and territory. So, like, one time I was under the BART station, and they had brought, like, some guys had brought some boxing gloves out. So, you feel me? I had an experience. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it solid. I had an experience before where this girl, she she looked so young. She had on glasses and stuff. And so me and my sisters, we snuck out the house. We were supposed to be on punishment, but my mom and Ed, my stepdad, they dipped out for like, I want to say like the whole day. So we was like, oh, we out. So we got on our bikes. We was riding around the neighborhood. This is when we stayed up in Richmond. So we riding around the neighborhood. We see some little kinfolk, like little kids our age or whatever. You feel me? And we could see like the brothers and the older siblings was on our type of time. So we like, hey, what's up, y'all? Like trying to play with them and stuff. They was like, what's up? And they brought out some boxing gloves. I'm like, they like, oh, you my sister age. You could fight her. And I was like, nah, because she looked like she was a kid. Like she looked so squared. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, so she had on like glasses and she looked like Akeelah and the Bee. Like, she looked like the girl off of Akeelah and the Bee. I'm not gonna lie. She had the glasses and all that. So I'm looking like, no, I ain't trying to do that, whatever. They like, man, see my sister, whatever. You know, like, you know, in the Bay, they be like, you ain't gonna see me, like, whatever. So I'm like, all right, what's up? So I put on my gloves. I'm giving her stare down and I'm moving my body. She must have boop, like, teed off on me. And I was just, boy, she had me stumbling. I was like, oh, for real. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, I judged her wrong. So she teed off on me. So this was a great lesson, believe it or not. But so she teed off on me or whatever. And I'm like, all right. So then I'm like, all right, this round, I'm about to go off. But she had so many skills and techniques. I didn't box for fun. Like, I mean, I boxed for fun. I didn't practice this shit. You know what I'm saying? So they, you know, she had brothers, all brothers. They was like older in my age and stuff. So they was like, she was just bobbing and weaving, ducking and dodging. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even fight her. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, you go crazy. Like, I was like, you really her. Like, I had to give her props. So I was like, man, I will never let nobody embarrass me like that again. So fast forward years later, like, I was in high school at this point, because I was like middle school. So at this point, I'm in high school, and it was these little females that was real rowdy or whatever. I went to a high school above their school, and they was like, you know, they was cool. We all used to link up after school and go eat at certain places and like instigate stuff. You know, kids, you know, we all flexing our egos and developing our character and all those things, calling out fake shit, real shit, you know, all of that. I really lived that, right? I was really that. So we in under the bridge, and I'm like, they get the gloves out. I'm like, all right, who want to see me? They ain't never seen me like that. So they was like, the one of the most rowdiest ones that she really thought she was it. I was like, but I'm not finna play with her. Like, off the back. So we squaring up or whatever. I'm like, I'm off the grit. Like, I'm about to go crazy on her. So I must have gave this look, and it scared her. Like, she had fear in her eyes. And it was like the first time I ever seen fear. And that's why I say every battle's either won or lost before it's even fought. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I fought that other girl that looked like Akeelah and the Bee, she was so innocent. She did not look innocent in the eyes. Like, when we were squaring up, she had took her glasses off, and then she had this cold look to her. And I'm like, girl, you look like a nerd. What? I'm about to go crazy on you, boy. And she took me down. So I'm saying though, and then when I peeped, like, when I seen that in her, I was like, oh yeah, she one of them. So then I ended up, you know, having the same experience with the other female, and then I knew what I was doing. I sized her up, everything. I was like, oh, I know what I'm about to do. And she knew at that moment that she lost. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, life really teach you so many things in so many levels. Like, people be knocking the black culture and like the urban culture, but they don't understand it's levels to this. And you know, that these experiences taught me never to judge nobody based on the external. Like, look on the internal. And like, I don't know why I was meant to share that experience, but when it comes to me seeing these interviews, these people, they believe that you know, they believe in the church story, and they so victimized, like, why me? They believe only one life type shit, you know? And that's their problem. If they were to able to take themselves out of their experience and live their life through their higher self and see their lower self, which they will do when they pass over, they will look at themselves like, damn, I wish I would have known that I was great and that I chose my parent and that I chose this messed up situation to develop the tools that were necessary for where I needed to be in life. See, there is no mistake in the universe. And I know that I was divinely meant to go through those hurdles because of where God is going to place me in my future. So now that I can understand why I chose a father that, you know, did certain things, like told me that I'm gonna break your jaw like I broke your mama jaw. That messed me up because I wanted to hurt my father at that point. You know, all the respect was gone for me, and I'm big on respect, you feel me? And I'm big on, you feel me, like what you do to me. Like, I believe in an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So don't come for me, because then I'm gonna get even. Like, and sometimes I don't even have to do nothing. Just knowing you the opposite and you not a hidden enemy, you just an open enemy, you lost. Because I'm really about that life. I'm very competitive. Like, so I'll wait for eternity, I'll wait for a lifetime to see you fall on your bottom. You feel me? But then when you see that for real, you feel empathy. So I had that lesson in life as well. You know, my father has AIDS, full-blown AIDS. His mother died from AIDS, my grandmother, from drug use. You know what I'm saying? So sharing dirty needles and stuff. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not a stranger to and don't get it twisted. Like, I was raised by my great aunt who, you know, worked in the school district, you know, and all my grandfather siblings and all the people before the generation of the parents, like the drug type of, you know, the 60s where drugs hit, the 70s, really 80s. You know, like, I was a product of that. So everybody before that, like my great aunts, they had hair shops, all that stuff still. We was raised by the older folks, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. And so with that being said, you know, it's certain things that I wish that these people could see. And that's why I know my purpose. I know my purpose is to work with children that are at risk. You know what I'm saying? The at-risk youth, because I understand them. You feel me? I was them. I could have been anything. But see, I already knew I was an earth angel. I knew I was tapped into some angelic force out this world. Because I always had a big imagination. I used to see angels, ghosts. I had imaginary friends. I was always very spiritual, like, as a kid. And if somebody really, when people would try me, I knew I had heart. Like, the time I ran out in front of a big shotgun in front of my sister, like, you not finna shoot her because she was pregnant. Like, I never had no fear to die. None of that. You feel me? Like, so that's what I'm saying. I know that these experiences made me who I am today. And a lot of people couldn't experience that. And I know I'm sharing my truth and it's going to shock a lot of people. And I really hate when I start to share these levels of me. But I don't care anymore. Like, last time I did some, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I spoke on how my grandfather was a pimp. You feel me? It really, like, people was like, we never heard you like this. And it was like, God, like, it's just that irritated me. You know what I'm saying? That really irritated me. It's like, damn, just hear me. Don't judge it like, oh my God, like, what is this? Because then it's going to have me feel like these people not really ready to understand the multitude of life through my lens. You know what I'm saying? And why I perceive information the way I do. You know, they're going to be fearful. Like, and like, so that's why I'm saying but yeah, I'm going all off. Anyways, I hope you're doing good wherever you are. I just wanted to share that. Like, I wanted to share some of my personal truth, like, to the world, like, so you can get a deeper perspective that you know, that I'm sharing ultimately. I don't have to share that, you know what I'm saying? But I choose to because I realize how important it is to have that versatility in that spectrum, and so people could really understand why I dominate the way I do, and why I see the world the way I do. Because, you know, it took spirituality ain't something you just that choose you and you no, it's always had to be in you. Some things are inside of the fiber of your being, you know, and some things you kind of mock, or you see and you adapt to, right? Just like my survival mode, like I had to adapt to that, but it was something innately in me that, you know, realized that this is a dog world, and this is a competitive type of world. Like when you get into survival mode, you're instinctual, you're primal. Everything's based off intuition and gut feeling. This is why I respect a lot of high level dark lords, because I seen them in the flesh, and I seen how they operate on instincts, and they were divine. Like I used to be like, wow, that's powerful to see a man in his element moving on. Like, man, like I remember being in high school attracted to someone like that used to move on a level that was so spiritual without him even knowing how spiritual he was. Like he was just so tapped into his inner God. Like he knew, he'd be like, no, it's bad, we gotta dip, like it's bad. And then next thing you know, over there to get shot up. Like, damn, how did he know that? But so I was always attracted to like powerful people, even in that realm, right? And it was something in me, you know, that they sense too, primal, right? So I think that, I don't know, like I don't even know what this video is going to do for people in the world. I hope it just helps you, like, hopefully, you know, it might have been entertaining, right? You know, maybe it was enlightening, and, you know, maybe it was validating for you to relate to, but your circumstances don't make you or break you, you feel me? It never should. Like, you shouldn't be a product of your environment or experiences that were negative. You should always use those as stepping stools to get to your next level. New levels, new devils. Like, it's certain things like I've been through in life that when I go through petty shit in the professional world, I be like, girl, please, you could never bring the shark out of me. This ain't even no environment to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas a nerd who ain't never been through nothing, they'll be in the world of professionalism and they take everything personal. Please, I'm not taking it. This ain't a threat to my survival. You not no threat to me. You ain't get this to me, so you damn sure can't take it away. You feel me? Like, I operate on a different mind, like, even in the world of professionalism, because of what I've been through. But yeah, like, I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you're doing good wherever you are. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. And peace.